Hello, everyone, and welcome again to uh, Psych 223, which is Lifespan Psychology. And I am recording this session. So far, no one it is has come from the class, but I really wanted to record this one because I wanted to show you some things related to Blackboard that I think will be helpful for you. So let me get to the screen. So I'm sharing my screen with you, and this is what the class looks like on Blackboard. So I wanted to point out some things. It's really, really important for you to check and read all the announcements because I send important information in announcements. Every week I will send an announcement, usually on Mondays, letting you know information related to that week's assignments and activities. And I also send those announcements out by email, so you'll get them in your email account as well. The other thing I wanted to show you is that there is a calendar feature. And the calendar feature, if you check the due dates after you click on the calendar, it will show you what your upcoming assignments are. So it shows you that the syllabus acknowledgement was actually due at 2 p.m. uh, or is actually due at 2 p.m., which is about 20 minutes from now. And you have to complete that to stay enrolled in the class. And then on June 30th, your first reflection on a childhood memory is due at 11 p.m., and that's Central Time. And then the end of the discussion for introductions, your final replies to your peers should be completed by this coming Sunday at 11 p.m. Now, one thing I wanted to mention, and I'll probably mention it again, is that your initial post on the discussions should actually be done on Wednesdays by 11 p.m. of the week. And the reason for that is so that your classmates will have time to reply back to you. And hopefully, you'll have a back and forth conversation with your peers throughout the week. And this is a very small class, and the minimum requirement on that is 6 replies, but excuse me, to peers. But because it's such a small class, you should be able to have some really good back and forth going. All right, so now let's go back here. So under the course content, there is information on how I provide regular and substantive communication with you in the class as we go through this 5-week semester. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is that this summer 2024 Sky CTC Student Help and Reference, that is a really, really good resource for you. So even though I didn't tell you that you had to read it, I would highly recommend that you do so. So if you click on that content area, it's got all kinds of information in here for Sky CT students. So our library resources are in there. And there's also information on Sky CTC technology help. And then there's information on online communication, which has to do with emailing and also communicating in discussion forums. So um, you'll notice that this shows that I haven't started it yet because this is on the student side. But I just want you to know that I can actually see what content you have accessed, whether you've started it or you completed it. And of course, it's up to you to mark that you've completed it. That's strictly up to you, but I am able to see if you've even opened up any of the content. All right, so this is the content that the students start here course information. This is the content that you were supposed to um, work on this week um, and read everything that's in there. So there's a course overview that tells you about excuse me, that tells you about what, the course description for lifespan psychology and what the competencies are, the things that you'll be able to do by the time you end this course, and then all the content that we're going to be covering, which is 16 chapters in the ebook. And I can see, let me just go ahead and show you, since I clicked on the course overview, that will show on my side that you have at least started it. And if you want to mark it as complete, you do that and it gives a check mark, and then I know that you've actually completed it. So, and then here's my instructor information. And I want to open that up because I want to show you. There's my email address. And then it has the information on the Wednesday, 1:30 to 2:30 every Wednesday for the 5 weeks. We'll have a virtual class meeting, which is optional, but if you can jump on at any time between 1:30 and 2:30, that would be really good. And I've given you the information to join the meeting, so you would click on that to join, or you can choose to call in and be on the class during um, excuse me, on the phone during during that time frame, 1:30 to 2:30. And again, you can jump in anytime um, and ask me any questions related to the class. And then if you want to speak with me individually, I have a Calendly link here, and you can click on that and it will show my availability for individual appointments. And I'm happy to meet with any of y'all individually throughout the summer. Excuse me. And then I bolded this last statement in the instructor information. Please do not use the messages feature in Blackboard, as this will delay my response time. So I ask you to please, please, please just send me emails to communicate with me, excuse me, using your KCTCS email address, because that messages feature, I'll get an email telling me that you posted something, but it but it means that I have to go into Blackboard to reply to you, because I can't reply directly to the email that's sent, and it's much easier. I can more quickly answer you if you actually send me an email. And then I've got a video here, student email etiquette tips. So I encourage you to watch that because it has some really good information on how students should email their instructors. This email is also actually in this content area up here in that last thing that I showed you on online communication. It's in there as well, but I put it in here to make sure that if you didn't see it one place, you'd see it in another. And then of course, here's the syllabus. Um, and of course, grading policy is here. So I want to put that. I want to open that up because I want to show you some things in there. So it shows you the grading policy that's in um, hi, Peyton.
Hi.
Hello there. I just admitted you to the class. I'm actually recording this session. It's probably the only one that I'll record. Um, excuse me, because I'm going over some of the information on Blackboard for everyone. So if can you see my screen?
Yeah,
Looks
I
like
can.
you can. Okay, great. So I'll keep doing that, and then you can go back and you'll be able to watch the recording for the information I had already covered. So normally though, you can drop in anytime, 1:30 to 2:30. Um, just to ask a quick question. So, all right, so I'm on the grading policy. And so this is how your grade will be calculated. It's standard 90 to 100% is an A, B is 80 to 89%, and so on. And then you're going to have two exams, and they're worth 150 points each for a total of 300 points, and that's 30% of your grade. And then you will have MindTap online graded activities. There are quizzes and then other activities that add up to a total of 300 points. Um, that's 30% of your grade. And then you're going to have 5 discussions that are 25% of your grade, 50 points each. And then I put a video in here that's really important for you to watch because it shows you how best to communicate on a discussion forum. And want to emphasize this again, that you should actually start participating in the discussions and do your initial response on the Wednesday of the week. So tonight at 11 or so, everyone should have done their initial response to the introductions um, discussion. And you need to reply to 6 classmates, refer to them by name anytime you reply to the post. And of course, 6 is the minimum that you have to do as far as replying to your peers. This is a small class, so it wouldn't be too cumbersome if everybody talked to each other all the time in the discussions. And then I do state that you shouldn't just agree with your classmates, you should ask them for questions. And then I've got a grading rubric here that shows you how your discussions will be graded. And so you can download this or you can open it from right in Blackboard, and it shows you exactly how I will be grading uh, each criteria. There are 3 criterion, and then this tells you what you have to do to get all 50 points. First is the quality of your initial response. Second is the quality of your response to your classmates. And then lastly is your timing, your clarity, mechanics, and community building. And so to get all 50 points, you have to do 20 on your initial response, 20 on your replies to your peers, and then 10 on that last criterion. And then 35 points. Would be if you've just done basically average, and you've not met the criteria for all of the 50 points. And then, of course, if you don't reply, you don't do an initial response, you don't reply to your peers, and all your posts are late. Um, those would be 0, which would basically be failing for the discussion. But hopefully, everyone will not have a problem with um, meeting the criteria because I think they're spelled out very well. Let me go back there. All right. Now, the other thing is I've given you a sample discussion topic, and this is actually a discussion. I think this is the second discussion that you'll be doing. And so then I've given you an example of a very good response to that particular discussion. And then you'll have 3 short reflections that are 40 points each, where you reflect on your own development. The first one is this week, where you reflect on a childhood memory. And then, of course, the syllabus quiz, which it was actually, well, it's due in about 12 minutes. It's going to be due the 26th at 2 p.m., which is today. And now there are 11 minutes left to finish it. So the total points is 1,000. Um, and then regarding late work, extra credit, and makeup work, if you notify me ahead of time, but no later than 24 hours after a deadline has passed, the reason you're not able to complete the work by the deadline, I can do an extension on a case by case basis. And then I can sometimes offer grade boosters for the entire class, but I don't give extra credit to individual students at all. And there will be some practice activities in the Mind Tap, and so you'll be able to boost your score by doing those practice activities. The ones that I should have said that up here with the ones that say counts toward grade, those are the ones that you have to do that are required. All right, go back down. And then when you can expect the grades to be entered in Blackboard. So um, quizzes and other activities that are in MindTap, they're automatically graded in the platform, and your exam grades will be automatically graded in Blackboard. If there are things that I have to score, such as your discussions and your reflections, then I should have those graded within 7 days of the due date. And I bolded and underlined this statement so everybody understands your total points for MindTap activities, they won't be entered into the Blackboard gradebook until the end of the semester. So you'll just kind of have to keep tabs of how you're doing within MindTap, because there's a gradebook in there where you can keep track of how you're doing. All right, so that's that. And then this is a list of course assignments and due dates. And you can print this you can download this or you can print it out, and so you can print it out, or you can access it in here. And this is this is everything that you'll be doing in the semester. So this is actually what's in the syllabus, but it's kind of good to have it separate like this. And then there's the syllabus acknowledgement quiz. Uh, And then this link takes you to the ebook and Mind Tap, and this is the link you'll be using throughout the semester to get to the readings and the Mind Tap activities. So I'm going to open that up and show you some things in there. Okay. All right. Peyton, are you seeing that screen that's got the Cengage Mind Tap on it?
I am.
Good. Okay. All right. So get this out of my way. Okay. So right now, there aren't any activity. This is where the activities will be when you log in. There aren't any opened up yet because there aren't any actual MindTap activities um, until next week, week 2. So, but I wanted to show everyone that anytime you want to read ahead in the ebook, you can do that. There is a book icon or image right here for the full book. So if you click on that, and then you can maximize it. That again. And there's this TOC here. You click on that, and it shows you the table of contents for the ebook. And you can just click on any chapter. I'll click on chapter 2, and that's how you get to the readings. And you can do that anytime throughout the semester. You can read as far ahead as you want to. And I normally don't open up the activities until the Sunday night or the Monday before that work week's work is due. So just want to alert you to that. So anyway, that's what MindTap looks like. So I just wanted to show you that. And you will see on the left side sometime Sunday, I think it's the first 7 chapters you have to do in week 2. So that's quite a lot of reading. And the readings will be in there, and so will the activities. So, all right. So now, okay. So are you seeing the Blackboard, Peyton, now?
I am.
You are great. It's kind of good to have you here to make sure you the students, when people watch the recording, are going to be able to see this. Okay, so this is week 1, June 24th through the 30th, and you click on the name of it, as I did, to get to the content area. And then there will always be a document in each week that'll show you the course assignments and due dates, which is a repeat of what's in the course assignments and due dates up in that Students Start Here content area. So if you open that up, it will tell you everything you have to do for that week. And then any assignments that you're doing on Blackboard, they will be right under that. But I just wanted to say that there will also be and by chapter, there will be information on each chapter and what's covered in that chapter. So you should actually read that information as well. Of course, since we don't have any assignments from the textbook this week, that's why there aren't any chapters. But for week 2, each of those chapters 1 through 7, there will be separate information that'll give you kind of an overview of that chapter. So. Right, so that's everything I wanted to show the class to make sure everybody knew, just had a really good idea and could get off